Here in GBG, we believe that every custom model is a reflection of the modeler's skill, dedication, creativity, and mastery of the modeling craft. There are plenty of incredible plano artists out there that deserve to be shown appreciation for the meticulous love they give to their models each and every step of the way to create a gorgeous display piece deserving of a highlight. Hey, I'm Sadi and welcome to GunplaBrokeGang. And for our first set of videos dropping, I really wanted to showcase off a fantastic modeler that's caught my eye for just how amazing their works are. A really small guy all around and one that's getting a lot of traction online. Everyone, please welcome...
My name is Steb. I'm a 28-year-old Japanese modeler in California, focusing on character models, mainly Gunpla for now. I also have a YouTube channel that I'm currently working on at StebPlamo. If anyone watching is interested in seeing works in progress or helpful tips every now and then, come check it out. I would love to see everyone there.
As for the next question, how long have you been a modeler anyways?
4 years.
4 years. Oh, so you started back in 2020?
2020, yeah.
Oh, alright, so it's like a pandemic hobby.
Kind of, I think. It was like, I've always had an interest in it, but like, I just never fully committed until 2020. I've always wanted to do it, but just like, you know, life happens, so.
As Steb is well known for being a Gunpla modeler, of course to start off, I wanted to ask him some questions about how he started off with Gunpla.
So I had a friend who had a much older brother who had like a huge collection in his room. And that always got me interested in it. But, you know, as a kid with like a limited allowance, it was really hard for me to kind of justify spending money on that. I've always had it in the back of my mind. So like now as like a working adult, I finally decided to kind of like take a plunge and make this my main hobby.
Now as for your next question, what was your first Gundam series if you ever did watch one?
I watched Double O when it was like airing, and it was just because it was the most recent series, it was really easy for me to get into. And I actually really wanted to watch Zeta back then because I really liked like the mobile suit designs, but it was kind of hard for me to get into like watching it. I don't know, when I was a kid, it was kind of hard for me to watch older anime. The aesthetics just didn't work for me. Yeah, and my first kit, or like the first model kit that I've ever bought, was actually Arios Gundam from that series. It still looks so good to this day. I really want one, but it's really hard to find.
Alright, now as for the next question, what was your first custom Gunpla?
It was Gundam Tertium from Gundam Build Divers. It was an HG kit.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I really like the show. Like, I love the show so much, so, you know, I put a lot of effort into that one.
As an avid fan of Steb's models, I've studied about how he does his work and I try to apply it to my own modeling philosophy, but I'm not outright copying him as I do think that Steb has a quite unique and distinctive style, and I wanted to ask him more about that. So how did you start off with customizing your models? Like, for example, like, how was it the experience of doing your first custom like?
Yeah, it was kind of ambitious, I guess. I just got used to airbrushing, so I decided to, like the Tertium Gundam that I just mentioned, I pretty much did everything that I studied and tried to do it as best as I could, like painting or airbrushing, panel lining, decaling, making sure that the top coat looks good. That was my first experience with customizing a model.
Would you say that that was a successful endeavor?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I still look at it, I'm like, oh, it's not bad. For a first custom, it's not bad.
And on a similar topic, how do you find your techniques when it comes to what you're customizing?
I think like most people, I find them online. People nowadays are really generous with information, especially on like Twitter or YouTube. So I would bookmark a lot of the ones that would kind of catch my eye, and just pull them up when I feel like I would want to use them.
Yeah, of course. If my scant memory is correct, you were the modeler that I found out studies also how car modelers do their decals, correct?
Well, thanks for watching that. Yeah, I just uploaded that video, but yes, I do study like well, I don't like actively go out to like car modeling or like tanks or anything, but like if it catches my eye, I'll save it for sure. and I kind of keep it on the back of my mind.
You definitely have like your type of style when it comes to doing plamo, correct? Like most of the time you find yourself like doing glossy finishes, mostly pristine works.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for noticing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really like using I guess my style is like I really like using colors and like a combination of them to kind of make my work stand out, to having like the ideal proportion. It's kind of funny because I think a lot of people who follow my work, they notice that I pretty much only focus on changing proportions and painting. I don't do like any of that other like super technical stuff that other modelers do.
Because that you have your specific style, why have you decided to go with this type of style for your model kits?
I don't know. I think a part of me is like it's also kind of being like a hipster. Like, oh, I don't see too many like glossy finishes and stuff. So I kind of, not that I'm saying I don't see any, but like I kind of want to stand out in a way with that kind of style. But I also just really like it. It's really fun.
I actually would say that you do stand out with this type of style. It's very distinctive. It's really nice. Now that I'm more aware of his choices for style, one other question that really keeps me up as a fan of Steb's work is what goes into his decision of what model he would end up customizing. All of his choices seem to be quite unique, and I really wanted to know.
So usually, I like to build high grades because they're the most simple. And I like RU100 too as a grade. It's nothing too complex. No inner frame, which I really like. And it's because well, one, I'm kind of lazy, and two is because they're just easier to customize for me. I really like changing proportions, like I just mentioned, and when a kit is like too complex, it gets harder for me to deal with, especially like with a master grade's inner frame. If the inner frame is visible, it's really hard for me to like kind of plan out how to do it in a way that doesn't look really bad. So that's like the prerequisite for me. It's got to be simple. So it's kind of hard for me to get started on like a GM or something. Not that GM can't look glossy, but I think it would be out of my current skill set is what I want to say. I kind of want to assess what I'm feeling good at and try to capitalize on that. And it's been working out pretty well for me. So, whenever I finish a kit, I feel like I'm on a roll.
And as for our next question then, how many models have you customized so far?
Not much for 4 years, I think, but I think it was around 15 to 20, maybe.
Oh wow.
Around there. I guess I consider custom kind of loosely because some kits I would just like, I would paint like, I would do like partial painting and just top coat it and just like leave it at that. So maybe around 10.
I mean, with how good Bandai has gotten with their coloring, I am not really surprised, honestly.
Yeah, 100%. Like some of these kits, I don't even like do anything with it. I just kind of build it, snap it up, leave it on the shelf. Perfect.
And now the question is, which one of your models that you've customized are you the most proud of?
The one I just finished, the bow from 1986. That one was so much work. I probably put in the most amount of work in that kit ever.
Yeah, I remember a lot of your progress shots when it comes to switching up the proportions. I don't remember if it was adding joints or...
Yeah, I put in a lot of work just to make it stick together.
How long do you typically spend on a single model project?
So this sounds kind of unhealthy, but I generally try to finish my projects within a month, mainly because I get bored really fast, or the initial passion that I had for it gets burnt out just really, really fast. And that's like a huge weakness of mine, but I kind of have to go with the momentum and run with it, or else I have a really hard time picking it back up. So I think that's also why I had such a hard time with the Bao, because the first month was super smooth, it was so fun, and then the second month was just like painting, masking, and it was just so rough. But yeah, generally I try to finish in a month. I don't like count the days or anything, but I noticed that like after a month is when I kind of start feeling tired, I guess.
Moving from Steb's processes, I wanted to ask Steb a bit more about his personal experiences again. this time more catered around the idea of his experiences with the modeling community. Are there any modelers you look up to?
Yeah, this is like not anyone specific, but I would have to say modelers who could scratch build. I think that's such an amazing skill. I'm so jealous of them. And it's something that I would love to learn someday, but I'm just so busy like trying to focus on my own style and what I can do. So, maybe eventually, but damn, I respect the hell out of anyone who could scratch build.
And in line with this, are there like any plans for you to branch out into different types of plamo hobbies? Let's say, for example, dioramas. You're gonna be doing, you said you're only like not too interested in tanks and cars and stuff.
Right. I think for now I really like the character model genre. I don't really see myself doing like diorama cars or tanks. And actually, I was thinking about it the other day, and I think there's a reason for that. It's like I really like how with character models and Gunpla, it's a medium that kind of lets me get away with my style, just because it doesn't really exist in real life, right? So I don't have to paint in a way that kind of conforms to like cars or something, right? Like I know a lot of people like making their kits look as realistic as possible, but I kind of just cope and see Gundams and Gunpla the way I want to see it.
But then came a very important question to ask any modeler, which is, what do you feel about stickers?
I think they're great. I think it makes, well, at least for me, I use stickers as like masking sometimes. So it's not like completely useless just because I paint. And on the other hand, I think it's great for people who don't paint. It's like everyone wins.
That's actually a great perspective. I always see people being like, ew, stickers. No, I feel like a lot of people can use stickers in creative ways, and I'm glad that you actually are.
Yeah, and like even some older kits that I've built back then, I'd be kind of lazy to paint the eye, so I would just throw the sticker on there, and it looks okay to me.
As for the next question, do you have any advice for any up-and-coming modelers?
I think rather than like a technical thing, but like it's more of like a mentality thing that I kind of struggled with. So I'm gonna say this, but I think it's being realistic and knowing your limit. Especially when working on like your first few kits, it's really easy to kind of want to do everything. And if you're like me, it's really easy to want to do them as perfectly as possible, but that leads to a lot of burnout and bitterness, I guess. And at least for me, I had like a whole year streak of me just abandoning projects just because I just couldn't finish them. I would just get so discouraged from trying to do everything that I see online, that I see the other people doing. I think it's just like, do what you can. That's kind of how I feel. That's what I would tell people who are kind of up and coming.
All right. Now, as for our final set of questions, do you have any plans for future projects?
So kit-wise, I really want to work on the HG Sea Gundam by next year. Like, I've been putting that off for maybe a year now. I just wasn't confident, but I hope by next year I'm solid. I could work on that without any worries.
Damn it, I just want to get that damn kit. And that about wraps it up for our interview for now. And now for our final question. Where can we support any of your model endeavors? I know you've already stated it, but of course, to end the video, plug all of your stuff, man.
So for now, it's gonna be my YouTube at StebPlamo and my Twitter with the same handle.
All right, so
that's where.
To all the audience, please support StebPlamo on YouTube and Twitter and X, whatever you guys want to call it.
Oh, X, right? I've been saying Twitter this whole time.
And that concludes our interview with StebPlamo. Please give Steb a lot of love and support for taking time out of his day to work with us here in GBG. He's such a great guy, and I wasn't even able to include all of the questions he answered for us. Please leave it down in the comments below if you want to see the full uncut interview between me and Steb. I'm sure we can make it happen. 45 minutes of me not being able to socialize does sound like a fun idea, right? Thank you for watching this video all the way through. If you'd like to support what we do here on GBG, consider giving this video a like, sharing the video around, and subscribing to the channel so you catch up on all our latest uploads. And if you want to see more of me, head on over to Sadi for more Gunpla reviews and Gunpla content. And as I'd always say in my videos, thanks for stopping by for some tea here on GBG.